blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And we are getting to a very key level we've been looking at for a couple days in the Discord. We put it out there. We're up there now. We're going to have to take a look-see and see if we can take a trade. This could happen on the show today, so stay tuned for that. We're going to get into the charts, but the first thing I'm going to do is say what's up to the homies in the chat. We know that is why I do it. We got Rashad in here. What up to you? Alexander G, the best mod in all the space. How you doing, lady? We got my man Mark Dutch. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We got Wick's wife. It ain't no fine 89 anymore, but that's all right. I'm gonna still say it, man. I'm so used to saying it, but what up to you, lady? Thank you for being here. Hope all is well. Teddy, how you doing? Yo, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and start getting in to the show. The first thing we got is the crypto bubbles. You can see Dash is making a big move, 45.1%. IP's up 25.8%. Let's see, anything else divergent from the market? We got Maker down 8.5, CC down 5.8. That's about it in terms of diverging. Other than that, it looks pretty green out there, looking pretty good. Notable, let's see here. AVAX up 5.9, Doge is up 4.5, Ondo 3.7. I mean, there's a bunch of notables. It's the top 100, but you can see kind of the going rate is about 4%. Nice little 4%, 4% move for a lot of the cryptos here in the top 100. Looking pretty good out there. It's green. All right, sea of green is what we like to see. Let's get over to the first piece of the news. It is gonna be the crypto market structure draft bill. Now, what is this? Essentially, it's this to set some regulatory framework for cryptocurrency assets, how they're gonna be handled, how they'll be interact with in terms of the SEC, the CFTC, and all of those different entities. Ultimately, it is supposed to facilitate protection for you guys as those that actually own the assets, and then just really setting that regulatory framework for institutions and the ones that are acting as brokerages and things of that nature. There's probably going to be more into it. I haven't deep dived, but here nor there. I think that is partially why you saw a move up. All right, this came out probably 13, 14 hours ago. At least that's when it dropped on X. And so I think that's part of it, right? Like, we're finally getting some regulation, which makes people feel a little bit more comfortable about getting in to these assets, because let's be honest, the sentiment itself has kind of been falling off of a cliff in terms of cryptocurrency. Let's go over to the total market cap, sitting at 3.2 trillion. That is up 2.49%, getting over top of that 3 trillion mark we talked about. Very important level. I would say line in the sand for me quite a bit. We got fear and greed index sitting at 41. That is neutral. Bitcoin currently at 94,237. It's on the climb. It's up 2.51% over 24 hours. Ethereum is at 3214, and that is up 2.98% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance at 58.7. Good for alts. Last time I think we looked at it was at 58.9. All right, so you want to see that thing level off or actually decline a little bit. That opens up a little bit. As you can see, actually, funny enough, case in point, altcoin season, right? I don't really pay attention to this, but what you do see is it came up just a little bit. I think last time I looked at it, it was in the 20s. Okay, so now we're at 30. So you see how that kind of ekes up a little bit. Bitcoin dominance goes down. What you can see is a little bit of that capital flow into altcoins a little bit. That's good for those that are heavily invested in alts. All right. Next up, we got the daily degen. Let's go ahead and move on over to that. But first things first, before we get over to 2bit, which is my exchange of choice, use code TFSAVE20 for 20% saving on both your futures and spot trading. All right, there you go. Enough shilling of the exchange. Hey, good deal though. All right. Let's look at this. Let's see what you guys are at. I can already see here. 73% moon. We got 11 votes in. You guys are bullish, of course. As soon as we get up to resistance, hey, let's long it. You might, there's hope for you. I'll tell you why when we get into the charts. Let's go over to, we're going to take it over to the paper trading, all right? Ain't no sense in throwing away real money. Let's go do that. Should have set this up already. But you guys want to go long? Here we go. It ain't no more five. You know what we should do? We should do 5,000, right? That way I can say we got, you know it. All right. So the way this works, I give you guys, the audience, the opportunity to vote whether we go long or short. Let's go ahead and get that in. It's moving. It is moving now. All right. So that's in there. Boom. All right. I give you guys the opportunity to vote whether you go long or short, and it's basically just a good way to interact with you guys as the audience. It is not the way I trade, but what we do is at least put some, we'll say, somewhat smart-ish, relative, smart-ish. I mean, you guys are right at resistance. Guys, honestly, I'm not overly concerned about it right now. I'm going to put a stop loss on there just to get that in there. Let's see. At what? Let's say 93.6. All right. I'm just going to put a 93.6 in there. I just want to get that in real quick because we're kind of getting towards an area I'm interested in taking a trade. And that's why we're actually here. All right, so stop loss, confirm. Oh my gosh. Let's do 95. Just so you'll leave me alone. Not as worried about that. Okay, there you go. So it's pretty much a 1-to-1. So stop loss is in there. Cool. Let's get to the important stuff, shall we? Let's go back to futures. We got to have this stuff ready to go because we could be looking, funny enough, with the move up, a potential short. We'll zoom out here to the 4 hour. All right, there you go. So that makes a little bit more apparent why I'm looking at that. Let's go ahead and talk a little more about it. We're gonna skip some of the stuff today only because we are getting up to a key level right now, and that's kind of what's important. So we'll look at the heat map really quick. Why am I looking at the heat map? Because that is where I identify liquidity. All right, so if you're on the 3-day, you can see hotspot was at 94K. I figured we were gonna take that. Now it's a matter of do we push up to about 95.5 or so, which I don't know that we will. Let's look at the weekly just real quick. Let me put this back in so it doesn't. All right. Oh man, it wasn't fast enough. Let me just reload it real quick. All right, should work this time. There you go. Now you guys should be able to see the whole heat map. So this is really what I was looking at. All right, so we had all this liquidity up here. All right, basically leverage positions that'll get, or liquidation events that'll happen, stop losses, they're all going to get triggered when it pushes up into all of this liquidity. Okay, so we're up here now. All right, now it's just a matter of how far. Are we just going to dip our toes and take off the hot spot? Or are we going to push up a little bit? And that's going to be the big question here. Now, where can we find a little bit of confluence in terms of like, hey, do we think this might actually happen or not? This is when I shift over to Market Monkey Terminal. All right, let's go to the 5 minute real quick. There we go. Look at that big spike on CVD. This is CVD right here. Big spike, higher high, open interest spiking as well. So, but why am I looking at a potential short? Well, look at all the orders that are on the books right now. So are we actually going to push up, and are these going to get filled? It's kind of that big question, and what I'm waiting to see right now, because that would be, I would say, the ideal scenario for me, right? You push up into this zone. I would have liked to see the CVD continuation and trend. That's one variable that I would say is not ideal, because a lot of times what you'll see is you will see a push up. Even though you see a push up on CVD, it doesn't actually set a higher high. In this case, it did, which is not ideal to be realsies. But what we'll have to look for now is once we interact with that level, do we see a big shift in CVD where you see it drop? Let me go to the ask real quick. So you got it. There it is. Your asks are showing up right there. 94,800, 94,850. You got 800 and 700 on the books right now. I mean, if those get filled, I would fully expect a little bit of a dip, okay? So we'll be very, very aggressive with getting in and putting a stop loss just over that level would be my guess, all right? That takes liquidity off the book, and then we have orders coming in. You will likely see the CVD move down very quickly, and you may see some aggressive movement in terms of the price action as well. So if I was monitoring the other trade, because honestly, I don't want to do both right now. That one may get upside down because it's a paper trading one. However, if I were in that trade, okay, let's say I was in a long position and we started getting up to these levels, I just want you to understand what I would be doing if that was a real trade, is I would get that stop loss at minimum up to the entry. At a minimum, just with the expectation that we could see a pullback in price when we interact with those levels, okay? So I just want you to understand that. Let's go over to the chart itself. We're on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour, and let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity of why I'm looking at this area. There you go. So here we are. All right. As you can see, this is an area I've been looking at. Let's get the CVD working right now here. Sorry guys that I'm not really looking at the chat because I am focused on what is actually going down. All right, CVD is still working its way up. Overall trend smoothed out, is kind of working its way up, and you're seeing an aggressive move to the upside as well on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 15 minute real quick and take a look at that. Let's see here. Just these, man. All these things, like it's so annoying, have to just like adjust them to make them work. But CVD is infinite, right? So it's almost impossible unless you start it each day. It's almost impossible to make it so it can be infinite. So that's why I put that refocus toggle on there. Just makes my life a little easier. Okay, so yeah, man, we're getting up to a really, really key level in my mind. You can see this is where I've annotated that we have liquidity. And I referenced the heat map just to kind of bounce that off there as well. We know we have orders up here at about 94.8. All right, 94.850. Why are the orders there? It's very simple. They're just looking back left on the chart. They're looking at this high here, and the high is, let's see, 94.761. Okay, so the high is 94.761. Where did they put the orders? 94.8. Weird, right? Weird. So that liquidity is going to get cleared off the table, and then those orders come in. You get that aggressive selling, all right, or shorts, we'll say, coming into the market because that's sell side pressure. Man, we could be setting ourselves up for something. Now, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? Well, I will say one thing gives me a little bit of pause here, and that is kind of the orb, right? The opening 15 minutes of the market this morning, coming back down here and retesting that, and then maybe seeing the continuation. Now, what was I looking at originally, and probably what I'll stick with, is the weekly pivot. All right, weekly pivot sitting around 91.7. Let's just call it 91.7 for government work. Let's extend this trend line out. Why am I extending the trend line out is a very important aspect of this. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Why? The why is, if I take a short, do I want to try to take a profit past that weekly pivot? The answer is no. Why? Because the trend is your friend till the end. The expectation, until we see something different, is that it's likely to continue, right? So the probability, you're taking statistics. It's just freaking statistics. The statistical probability is that this continues along that trend line, right? Eventually it will break out. It could be to the upside. Why could it be to the upside? Well, this is an ascending level of support going into a horizontal level. Let's zoom out just a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. A horizontal level of resistance. All right, that horizontal level of resistance resides right here where the liquidity is. As you see this ascending level of support, pushing it in, creating a squeeze, and likely, more likely, to actually break to the upside from this position. Okay, so what we're looking for now is, hey, does selling pressure come in? All right, once we clear that liquidity, do you see that sharp move, and then we reestablish ourselves back down below the previous month pivot, which is at about 94K. If we get that, then I would say it's likely that we'll come down and retest this, right? So this is kind of the play I'm looking at is, hey, we break down, boom, we come down, retest that, and then the squeeze continues. Now, it has to make a decision, but the thing is, we're only looking from here to here. That's it. Everything that happens after that, I don't care. Okay, to be honest with you, it does not matter to me. It's just from here to here that I do care. And so we stay within the trend. We find something that works. It gives us a 2-to-1, right? Also important, 1% drawdown with a 2.5% TP. Okay, so you have more than a 2-to-1 with your fees. You'll still just be over a 2-to-1. That's good. That's all Gucci. Then we continue to interact with this. Now, do we get the breakout? All good if we do. Because if we do, then what are we looking for? We come down, we retest, and you're looking for that continuation up. And that's fine. Where do you have another opportunity to play the game? Right here, right? Once the buying pressure comes in, all right, and you see that CVD continuation to go up, and maybe it just follows this trend line, right? Maybe. It's just been a nice, consistent move to the upside with, I'll say a little bit of a bullish narrative behind it in terms of regulations coming into play. So that could be an opportunity if we break through. Now, what are we looking for with this area as well? There's a couple things that you got to be very, very, I would say, cognizant of. I don't know what I just deleted there. Let me do that real quick. I deleted the liquidity. Come on, I need this circle. You know what? I got an idea. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. Sweet. So, what's the thing that you have to be cognizant of and be very attentive to what could be happening is if we really get a move. If we blow through those orders, and you see an impulse move to the upside. All right, we finally break. We finally break this horizontal. Oh, good. This is invalidated. Don't take the trade. All right, that's invalidated. Okay, I'm not going to say it's that simple, but kind of. All right, so impulse move through, right? You get a large bodied candle that pushes through the zone. Then you don't want to jump on this. Okay, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I'm going to go back to that paper trade real quick. What's that sitting at? I don't even think that's accurate, but let's go to the paper trade. I don't even want to think about that. Sorry, it's one of those days. I love you guys long time. All right, you guys did it. You're up $31. I don't even want to think about it. Let's concentrate on what matters. We'll mark it out of that one, up 30 bucks. Cool. All right, we're done with the daily degen for the day. Let's do some real stuff. Actually, that might not even cover the fees, to be honest. Oh, man. All good, though. It's paper trading. Sweet. Let's get back to the fun stuff. Okay. You gonna let me go? There you go. All right, sweet. All right, pushing up a little bit. Let's go to the order book. Take a look at that. There you go. You're getting closer and closer. Again, you can see the big asks that are sitting on the books right now. You can see the, I mean, there's a huge divergence between the bids and the asks right now, right? Like, it's all sitting to the top side. So people are patiently waiting. Now, the thing that you got to be careful of sometimes is that this will scare retail, right? You got all these orders sitting above. They're just like, oh, we're not going to play with it, right? We'll close our longs and we'll exit before we interact with all this. That's a very probable thing that could happen, honestly. So let's keep watching, and we'll keep an eye on open interest. We'll keep an eye on CBD, see if we get a move to the downside. Right now, there's a lot of confluence between both price action and CBD, so it's going to be a little bit harder to kind of build something or an analysis off of that. Now, when you get these moves here, let me see if I can highlight it for you. This helps out a lot, and I just want to highlight it for you. See this area? See this horizontal price action? But what do you see with the CBD? Right? That's working its way up. What ultimately happens? We broke out and we moved to the upside. Where else was... Okay, there was a big divergence here. I actually made a play on this one. Right here. And again, this is when it's super helpful. See... come on. I got faith in you. There we go. So you can see price action working its way up, but what is CBD doing? Working its way down. What ultimately happened? Broke out to the downside. Okay, so this is why I like CBD. All right, very simply put, it is quite helpful with catching some of these moves. All right, especially when you're reversing the direction and you see a divergence between the price action and CBD itself. All right, let's go ahead and clear out some of that stuff here. Is that going to move as easy? Nope. It's going to make me do it the hard way. Not as easy as TradingView to work. But again, I highly suggest you guys hop on a Market Monkey terminal. This is the free one, man. They're giving away some good stuff here. Honestly, gives you access to DOM, the book, and really this is probably one of the more important factors right here is being able to see the orders. For me, visual representation of the orders just means everything. I mean, it doesn't mean everything in terms of trading, but it does mean something to me in terms of being able to visually see it, because I'm a visual person, and that it validates something that I'm looking at right now as well. So let's go over to the chat real quick. Dutch said, evening to you, brother. Hope all is well. What up, Wick's wife? How are you? Who else we got in here? We got my man Crypto Squid in here. Go check him out. We got DDT. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Let's go. B team. What up? How you doing, man? Good to see you as well. Trench Juice Crypto. Sup, brother? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Let's go. We need a mod in here. Hey, aren't you? Hold on, you are a mod. Like half the people in here right now are mods. Get out of here. Let's go. Tell you one thing though, I switched up my my thumbnail. Let me tell you how big an impact. That literally cut my views in half. Just by switching it from being kind of clickbaity and saying 6-figure trades, even though I do take the 6-figure trades, because I do 10,000 at 10x leverage, right? Equals the cost of the trade is 100,000. But I don't do it every day. So I was like, let's just do daily profits. And holy moly, that did not go well with the algo or people just clicking on it. But it is what it is. Maybe I'll just go back. It is, I mean, what does it really matter? You guys know who I am. I got my old faithful in here. Everyone else can piss off. All right, cool. That was super proper of me. With my bougie coffee, telling people to piss off. That's a way to get more people to watch the show, no doubt about it. Let's go back to the charts. All right, pushing up. Let's go down to the 5-minute. If you're new here, welcome. This is the weird stuff that you get.
Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive erection.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, looking at the 5-minute chart, still pushing up. Getting up to about 94.5. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go over the order book. We are getting close to starting to hit some of those orders. This is a free version of Market Monkey. It's, dude, like, it's gold. They're giving away gold, honestly. You don't get the lower time frames, like 5 minutes as low as it goes. You don't get the footprints. Like, if you want the more detailed, the more detailed information, I mean, yeah, you can get some really good stuff that has like volume kind of embedded into it. DDT's in the chat right now. He could definitely break it down for you a little bit more, but for me, this is enough, okay? Because I'm pretty decent at trading off a trading view already. So this is just a nice bit of confluence, a little bit of like, hey, like, all right, here's your validation for an entry, right? Like when I can look down and be like, oh, CVD's dumping, got it, cool. Or I see some kind of divergence, like it's just that little extra piece of information I need. Or if I'm looking over here and I'm looking at the DOM and I see those orders sitting on the books right there, or you see the delta is just screaming red right now, right? Those are little bits of information that you can use, I think, with your entry and your exits as kind of that, like, well, hold on, maybe I hold on to something, like if you still see a divergence, right? Like if you still see the CVD kind of ticking its way up as it's interacting with these levels and you're seeing absorption. This is a good thing that you can use to see whether you're seeing absorption or you're seeing a true reversal in the market. And yeah, man, I think it's fire, personally. All right, we are starting to get that rejection. It looks like here, at least on the 5 minute, 94.3 right now. We did get up to about 94.5. Let's see if we break this trend right here. What do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and brush this out. Let's look at the trend. Okay, it's Dumpsy Doos. Come on, brush. There it is. See that right there? If we get a real breakdown from that uptrend, we could see a continuation in terms of the price coming back down and starting to work towards these high volume areas. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's go over to Trading View here. Is this it? Is this going to be the setup? Maybe. All right, let's refresh the old map here. We'll bring this out. Refresh. Let's go down to the 3-day real quick. Come on. You can do it. I'm probably moving too fast for you. You're just a big dumb computer. All right. I'm going to get rid of the bubbles, all this craziness here. It's probably slowing up my computer. All right, there we go. Cool. So, I mean, the bulk of liquidity, at least on the heat map, has been touched in all the wrong ways. That was initially kind of the area I was looking at. 94K was my big line in the sand, and I was like, well, hold on. Liquidity is still kind of working its way in. Okay, how do you read this too to see that liquidity is still coming in? Is like, let's say you look at it at this point, right? You're looking at it on 112, right? So what does it look like here? Understand that like it's a lot darker, right? And you got to keep an eye on that. And this will fluctuate as the price works to the right as well. You can see it warm up and cool down. So you got to be, very tuned into that, because 94K, this was a really hot spot and it was like extended out. So this was just popping for a while. It looked a lot like 90K. That's 94K looked like 90K, I'd say like a day or two ago. So keep your eye on that. But yeah, you just got to understand what the chart's really telling you here. Again, this is the aggregate. So, it's just going to be the exchanges kind of pull together, but it's not directly from the exchange, if that makes sense. All right, I got to give some shout outs here. Thank you so much to Alexandra G. Sent 5 TradeFly gift memberships. I appreciate that. Throw them emojis through here. Look at Jesse getting one. My man, look at you. Who else we got in here? Lurkers, blue collar traders. Okay. I think I just heard of him. All right, we got the V Bird 420. Wonder what he likes to do. We got Ray gonna get it. X gonna give it to you. Let's go. We got Dougie Style. What up, man? Hold up. I'm gonna have to look Dougie Style. I can't click it right now. Wait, do I know you? Hold up. I'm gonna have to look at that. DDT. Let's see what. Unfortunately, I use MMT, watch spot flows, TPO, perps, footprints, and a few other hocus pocus things. Well, there you go, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff on there. that really, like I said, is next level that I don't have access to. But I think for me, it works for what I use. Yeah, the CVD, man. That's the good CVD, right? Like, at least it's better than TradingView. TradingView is just giving you volume and price action off of the chart. So it's super delayed and it's not completely accurate. Mark Dutch, my man, sent in another 5 TradeFly gift memberships. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate you, brother. Lots and lots, man. Thank you so much. Let's see who got it. Mark Dutch got a Mark Dutch gift membership. I have never seen that happen, actually. So, nice. We got David B. He's not a lurker. We got Mikey. He's not a lurker. Love it. And we got Alex. I've seen Alex in here quite a bit. And then Joan Kisik. I don't know if I said that right. I'm hoping I did. But all got some memberships. Throw those emojis. Let's go. Let's go. Do you get sus on spoofing at all? I do, man. That's why I stopped using book maps. Yeah, dude, it happens everywhere. But the thing is, when you actually start looking at the charts a bit, at least looking at Market Monkey and getting a little bit more familiar with it, you're going to see these little spots right here, these little squares right here. You'll see those bounce around, okay? And when you see those bounce around quite a bit, those are usually spoofs. The ones that you see stay on, gosh darn it, I don't know why. Let me get rid of that. The ones you see stay on like for an extended amount of time, like these ones, these are not typically spoofs. This looks like it actually, nope, I just got to adjust it down. These are not typically spoofs, okay? The ones that stay on for a while. Now, you will see sometimes that they get a little nervous, okay? So as price pushes up and gets closer to them, sometimes you'll see those like trickle down a little bit and reduce the amount that's on the order, or you may see them actually pull it off the order because they get a little spooked, I think, as price action is coming up, and then they don't actually want to get filled. I don't know that I would make an assumption, only an assumption, that the ones that are over probably 1,500 to 2,000 and they stay on for a long time are probably not ones you got to worry about. These ones are kind of like in the middle a bit, right? Because it's over 600, so it's really hard to tell. But you'll see these ones like at the top. See if I can actually, like, if you see those ones there and you see them kind of bouncing around, those are the ones that I just ignore. I just straight up ignore those ones because they're just all over the place, and I don't know if, what's real and what's not. Now, these ones are always interesting too. All right, you see a big order on the back side of the price action right here as the price is moving down. This one is interesting, and I'm still trying to really figure out how to interpret it. But for me, what I noticed only last time, okay, so I limit it in terms of how many times I've actually seen this happen. But when I see these, 500, 600, oh, did that just get filled? So I don't know if like he moved it to the bottom side of the price or it was just on the top. 94.5, you got 500 on right now. Nope, that's above us. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Last time I saw it, where there was an order that basically trailed the price action, the price action continued to push down. I think that order might have got filled. 94.250, yeah. So that is actually sitting right above price action right now. And so, interesting enough, seeing that stay right above the price action seemed to have, don't hold me to it, seemed to have pushed the price down. I don't know, how accurate that is. I'll just say that's what I saw last time I was observing. It was just like trailing price action down. It was kind of weird. DDT, he might be able to, big orders that have been around for a while suddenly spoof. Yep, I agree with that. He might be able to kind of, talk about why, or not why, but like the reaction when you see big orders right on top of the price action, like right above, and kind of just trailing. It seems like it's like trailing the price action down. That one I'm still trying to figure out. But here and over there, CVD seems like it's still kind of pushed up right now on the 5 minutes. So that would kind of like scare me a little bit. Open interest is kind of leveling out. That's a good thing, but CVD kind of pushing up still. Got to be careful with taking the short quite yet, but we are keeping an eye on it. I think I just saw, oh gosh, where is he? There he is. We got Wave Cypher in the house. What up, bro? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. My man. Good to see you in the chat, brother. We got Mikey in here. What up, dude? Looks like you got a membership gifted to you, brother. So congrats. Ladder, ladder, ladder. That must be username. What up, man? Good to see you in the chat, brother. Orders at trail price action are just the algos. Got it. Okay, all right. There you go. There you go. That makes sense. All right, here we go. So CBD, we finally... Is this one? Not open. So that one's open still. All right, so we got to close, but now we're looking at this next one here, seeing if we get a close in the negative. And really, you kind of want to break this trend right now, which was pretty aggressive to the upside. But let's see how we are in terms of looking at the chart. I think 94K was about our line in the sand. Yeah. So just above that still. Got a bearish engulfing on the 5-minute. This one is tough. This one is really, really tough for me, just knowing that you got those big orders above. And you didn't take all of the liquidity yet. Like, I like it when it gets to the dark, right? Like, when there's nothing more to chase, that makes my life so much easier. But you will see a lot of times it dips its toes, or it kind of gets in the water. The water's a little cold, so you only go halfway down. That's kind of the way I see this sometimes, right? You're like, you get in, you're like, shit, that's kind of cold. I ain't putting my whole body in there. That seems to be, you know, the analogy for me sometimes with getting into the liquidity. Let's go back. All right, it still looks like the pressure is definitely pushing down, I think. Right now, at least on the 5-minute, you did get overbought. You got a reversal indicator on the Chart Prime Oscillator Pro if you're into that kind of thing. Let's see. Let's look at some of the volume here. I mean, today's volume itself has just picked up a little bit in comparison. Let's look at the 15. All right, so you got a doji. When's this close? 7 minutes. Got a big red on the volume. I won't say big, but you did get a larger based volume candle that was red there, even with the doji. So usually a candle like this is just indecision. That's really all. And it makes a lot of sense, right? You're getting up to a key level. Damn, man, this thing's gonna looks like it wants to close. Oh, maybe not. There's some volatility in here. Looking like it wanted to push down. Still got 6 minutes on the 15-minute candle. 5-minute. I mean, that has kind of broken that trend. Let's go back to the books. CVD. Look at that. So you see a divergence there. Price still working down a little bit. CVD still working up. Open interest just spiked. So more orders are coming in, but CVD is still working its way up. You know, so this is kind of where that like sanity check is, right? That's definitely going to give me some pause. Seeing that CVD spike. Nah, not in any trades right now, man. I'm literally looking at one right now. Like, we are actively like looking at potential short. I know you're over in Alex's Discord. So I posted a short that I was looking at here, really based around a few things. We'll talk through it a little bit since we got some time. It looks like pushing back up, right? CVD was pushing up, price action pushing down. There was a divergence there. But so 94, 94 even, I think was, it might be the quarterly pivot. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. Previous month. It was the previous month pivot. That's what it was. So you had the previous month pivot at 94. You had liquidity sitting there. You had a bunch of liquidity. Validate that. Come over the heat map. You can see kind of everything jives there. That's kind of my sanity check to be like, yeah, all right, aggregate amount, obviously. But you could see a lot of liquidity sitting up here. And you could see that just by looking at the chart. We knew there was liquidity up here to be taken. We're there. We're touching it right now. And now it's just about seeing the reaction. Like, what is it going to do from here? Are we going to get an impulsive move, to break through the zone finally with that ascending level of support kind of pushing? That's one thing that can happen. Or we see that selling pressure come in, see that CVD drop, and that's, something that we're like, okay, cool. If we see that and we kind of get back below this previous month pivot, I think we're setting ourselves up to at least come back down to the weekly pivot, which is at about 91.7 or so. Stays within the trend too, right? We have this ascending level of support, stays within the trend. We don't fight that. We stay within it. Push down, retest that area, and then we see the squeeze, and then we make a decision on whether we go up or down, is essentially what I'm looking at. In summary. So this is what I'm looking right here. But if we push through the zone, invalidate it, and then I'll start looking for a move up to, our next key level, which is about, I think, 98 in the quarterly pivot, 100K. That's going to be the true, like, if you guys really want to know the bias or which way we're headed, with the general overall market, 98 to 100K is going to tell you a lot of what you need to know in my mind, because that changes, a lot in terms of the price action. We get out of this range finally. And then we can say, like, hey, what is this? Is this accumulation? Is this redistribution? Like, what are we looking at here in terms of, if you're a Wyckoff guy or not? But breaking out of this range is really going to tell us a lot in terms of where we're at with those theories, we'll say. Okay, and then you start talking about other levels. But yeah, man, that's what I'm looking at right now. So we're there. It's just a matter of, like, letting this price play out. I think there's a little bit of absorption probably happening right now, just in my mind. And now it's just a matter of getting a true reaction, and then we'll jump. But what scares me right now about jumping in, even though you see the price action coming down, is the CVD still going up. Which, in my mind, and open interest is still working up too, is that you might just be seeing a little pullback, come down to maybe the 0.382, push back up, and then start messing with these orders. Now, check this out. Just like I said, when I was talking about it earlier, sometimes you got to be a little careful with these, because as price gets up here, they get a little nervous, and guess what? That's now off the books. You can see it is now off the books. The last two candles, that's off. These are still on though. These aren't as big. These ones are like, okay, cool. Like, you're probably going to see a price reaction. Let's see if did they move up at all? Sometimes you'll see them move them up. They haven't moved them up either. They just took them off the books. But again, they weren't huge, right? They were only like 600. So they're probably worried about the price continuing to work its way up, and they may not have the confidence that if it were to continue to work its way up, that it's going to reverse. There you go. So, well, Dom is this is still showing 560 on 94.50. Maybe this just hasn't updated. Still showing some ass on the books here. 94.5, 94.5, 94.6. Bigger than anything else you got on the books right now. 94.5, 94.6. I'm looking for a push into that zone. We get that, that's when I think we're going to get the real reaction. 94.5, 94.6. And then we start making a decision. Binance and Coinbase about to dump. What are you seeing? Those 95K, yeah. Well, there's one. Yeah, I know the big ones got pulled. There's still some sitting on 94.5. It looks like, at least on Binance futures, 94.5 right in this area. And that's actually increasing. You got 600, 627 sitting there right now. So, I mean, I think that's going to be part of the game for me. We got most of the liquidity off, okay? Check that box. Now just pushing up. Spot bot is waning. I know you got a lot more detail on your charts than I do. We could take a flyer. You know, you just don't go high capital. I mean, that gives me... Let's see. Did I close? No, I didn't close too big. All right. Let's look at that. Let's say we put 3K on it. Let's go to advanced. And then trigger. What was our... We're looking at 90. Let's just... 92 is easy enough. And then 95. Just big round numbers. Just kind of swagging some things right now. Let's see. 92. And then 95. So... Draw down at 7.61%, and the rest. So that's giving you more than a 2-to-1 for sure. That's actually more closer to a 3-to-1. Hold on, I got it backwards. No, it's a short. I didn't click the box. That's what it was. It's like, what is going on? I ain't backwards, but I kind of am. All right, here we go. So this makes more sense. So you're risking 200 to make 736. All right, that's not bad. Okay, so now at least we have that in our mind. So we have 95K as a stop loss, 92K as a take profit, 700, 300. At least the risk reward is there. Small drawdown. I mean, it's a small amount of risk. All right. See if CBD starts to level out here. I mean, you are in a high volume area. Still got those ass sitting on the books. You got about 500, then 389, 324 from 94.5 to about 94.6. Setup is not saved in the community layouts, but I can, I don't even know how to save it to the community layouts, to be honest with you. I can take a screenshot of it though. Are you in the Discord? Just come over to the Discord. I'll take a screenshot of it right now, actually, and I'll just plop it in the Discord for you, and you can just kind of copy it. Let me go to Discord real quick. Let's see here. There you go. I just plopped it in the Discord for you. All right, let's go back. All right. All right, 4 hours showing overbought. See what the hourly probably already bent over would be my. You had a reversal, but it actually didn't truly bend over. You're getting a true 7 flash on the hourly though. I do like the true 7. Probably one of the best things they got. All right, getting a reversal. You already had overbought here, so you're seeing a divergence between price action and the oscillator there on the 15-minute. Let's see the 5. Overbought, reversal, got it. Let's look at the 3. And then now you're actually seeing potential for. So you already had a true 7 flash there on the 3-minute. I don't buy into the oscillator all that much on the 3-minute. I would actually probably take that off, really, if I was just looking at the 3-minute. But let's see. Yeah, kind of waffling around. I mean, if you look at on the 3-minute though, it came up to the 618. Man, that's tough. I don't know that I feel comfortable taking it right now. Let's go to the liquidation heat map. Let's go down to the 12-hour real quick. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so it's showing liquidity all the way up to about 95.5, 95.6, which you see that, I believe, on the 3-day as well. Yep. And then let's look at the weekly. Let's go here real quick. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, kind of same spot, right? So 95.5. Ideal scenario is that gets cleared. And then it goes dark. And when it goes dark, what's the incentive for them to chase? You know, there's a lot less incentive. All right, order still staying on the book at 94.5. That seems to be pretty firm. 94.5. There seems to be an order that's sticking around there. Spot bearish divergence. Okay. That's good input. Not seeing any execution confirmations. Hell yeah. All set. What up to you? Good to see you in the chat. Mark said sleeping is overrated. I can relate to that, man. It's going to take me to an early grave, though. No doubt about it. Work is crushing my life, man. If you guys don't know, I work overnights, 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's rough. And then I turn around and do this. You guys are welcome. All right. Still looking at this. Still, I mean, the CVD, man, it's not giving up. The CVD is still trending to the upside here. Open interest still working its way up too. Slowly, it's losing a little bit of steam. But at least on the 5-minute, I don't know that that's something I want to touch right now, man. I would, ideal situation is we go up to 94.5 and then we just see it dump from about 94.5. That could be the start, is getting that order filled. Let's look at the sum of some of the orders here. 94.5, yeah, there you go. So, well, yeah, I mean, it's still heavy on the ass side, but I mean, there's the sum of it's 875, and then the size of the ass are 5. So I mean, you could do the math. Like, it's not. I mean, it's definitely skewed one way, but it's not like crazy, right? Come on, just push up. Push up. Make my life easier. Don't make me have to think about it. Let's see what the 15-minute is showing us. Man. See, if this was backwards, if this looked more... Oh, well, it can't be. Ah, man. The closes. Look at how tight the closes are right now. Struggling. So are we seeing a bit of absorption? Sorry guys, this is the it's like the exciting boring part, right? You're just kind of sitting out, hanging out and be like, "Hey, all right, let's make a move here. Let's do this." So we're going to look at a couple other things. Like hit me up in the chat. Let me set set an alert. We're going to set an alert here. Horizontal. Let's do 94,450. 94,450. I'm gonna set an alert there. Let's change the color. I don't want it to be green. There we go. Alright, so we got an alert there. Cool. And then if we break below 94.1, let's put an alert there. 94,150. We'll add an alert. Cool. Couple things I just want to check out real quick. Let's look at USDT dominance. Let's see where that's at. No. Oh, geez. Already? Oh, okay. Here we go. 94,450. Oh my gosh. That was quick. We can get rid of that. I guess we're watching it. The trade gods have spoken. They said, you will watch this. Cool. I'm in on it. Let's do it. Alright, let's come back over. Okay, so it was 450 on Trading View. A little different on I think because I have Coinbase up on Trading View. That's by your discrepancy in price. Why you see a difference there. So 94,460 for Coinbase. And then for Binance, it looks like about 94,4. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Let's see where is that. How does that correlate to 2-bit? Because that's the exchange we're on. You got up to 94,462. Okay. All of it's still pretty close. Come on. 94.5. Give it to me. Give it to me. French Toaster, what up, man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see ya. FJ Trading. Did you see Dash? We did, man. Thing was crazy. Jason, what up to you, man? Good to see you in the chat as well. Trump keeping you busy. Man, I've been busy, man. It's trust me, I've been busy. There's no doubt about it. All right, EDT, take it easy, bro. Cheers, brother. Yeah, as Alex says, man, trading is waiting, I guess. It is a thing. Cool to see what you're thinking about before taking the trade. Yeah, I mean, I'm always like, I give you the sauce. This is definitely the execution aspect of it, like getting into it, like actually executing the trade. Yeah, man, that's definitely some sauce. Come on. Push. Push. Still got 500 on the book for 94.5. I just want to see a strong reaction out of that. That would probably be enough to kind of push me in. And if you get some divergence here on CVD with price action, if it works up, sets a higher high, and then you see CVD starting to work its way down, that's what we want to see. Definitely slowing down a bit though. This is like the right music for it. I feel like I need to turn the music up. Hold up. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's like intense. Oh, it just stopped. It was like epic like movie music, like we're in a really intense scene. But now we're jamming. Alright, I'll bring it back down. Guy with the order must be in the chat. I don't think, he's not controlling the market. He's just hanging. He's chilling. But you can see some of that has come off the books though. But a lot of it's come off. So remember the sum of the bids that were there, the bids in the ass, really the delta was a lot higher. Now it's a lot of the bids have come off and the ass have stayed at that 94.5 area. So it was at 800, now it's at 600. Much of what came off is the bids. Man, this is tough because it's not about a lot of volatility or aggressiveness with any of this. All right, it's not super clear. Just kind of really, really slow right now. Still working though. Let's see here. Let's go to the 3 minute. See what we got going on here. This is what I wanted to look at. Well, that's pretty much worthless at this point. Let's see if that repaints if I take it off and put it back on. Yep. Because this one has a high right here. So it's a little different on Binance, right? Like that looks like it's pretty close to the 0.786. Whereas on Coinbase, it already kind of broke through. Right? You can see kind of where it broke through the 0.786. Look where it's at on Binance. Binance looks like it's testing the 0.786 now. All right. Let's see. Did it drop all my stuff? Looks like it did. Let's put 95 back in there. I mean, if we could, man, limit order savor you a lot, but that would be, you'd be very aggressive, because then you're not truly seeing the price action unless it's on its way down, which I don't know if that's going to be enough. All right, we're getting close, at least on Coinbase. Still pushing up. And so this is what I was talking about, right? Like, you saw this initial rejection. You saw the initial rejection. What happens? You know, people try to take some shorts. You break this little trend. But what we did, right? We came to the CVD and we were like, hold on. Because even though the price action was working its way down, looking like there was a very clear rejection, CVD was telling us something different, right? CVD was still working its way up. So it's telling a different story. You saw a divergence between the price action and CVD. Look at this one right here, right? So worked its way down, pretty aggressive. Price action still coming down, but we got a pretty big spike in CVD. Worked its way down, continuation in terms of CVD. So price action go down, CVD go up. Don't take it, right? That's what I'm saying. That's that kind of the why I love this and why it's kind of a safety backstop in terms of getting into a trade or trade execution. All right, let's see what's happening now. We got a little push up. Still got that asset at 94,500. But that for me is why that's kind of my last little check before I'm looking at something. I think so far, man, CVD has just been a pretty powerful tool. What are we seeing in the Delta right now? Nothing too crazy. Come on. Just go fill it. Fill the order. Come on. FJ, what up, dude? Good to see you, man. Go check out FJ. He's got a YouTube. He's in the Discord, dropping some fire setups. Crushing it, man. Absolutely crushing it. If you guys don't know, in the Discord, come on over. If you want access to everything in there, all you got to do is create a 2-bit account. That's it. That's simple. Create a 2-bit account. I think you put $5 in it. Again, that's just a deposit into the account to make it a real account. And then that's it. Like, you don't, it's not coming to me. All right. So, but it gives you access to all the TA. Look at all the stuff that FJ puts in there, man. It gives you all kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, he's talking about the order blocks, talking about potential moves, talking about, you know, direction. I mean, he's giving you a lot of sauce in here in terms of what he's looking at. And these lead into some of the signals, right? Look at it. Come on, dog. Come on. This ain't real. I mean, it's real. That's a 50x. That's not, I mean, it's crazy leverage, but at the same time, like, if you're smart about it, all right, and you're using appropriate stop losses and risk management, bro, that's your whole year right there, man. One trade. That's crazy. Good stuff, FJ. Good stuff, man. Anyways, if you guys want access to that, super simple. Just come over to right here, full VIP access, create an account, save yourself 20%, verify right here, give it a little time once you create the account, and then you got access. Super simple. All right, so that came up to 94,495. Let's see what the order books are doing. Man, still chilling. Look at the CBD, still pushing up. Man, still pushing up. Is that the one I just showed? Your trade on, let me see. Let me go to signals. I think that's what I just showed. Hold on, that's mine. Let's go. FJ. There you go. Yeah, all right, that was the one I just showed, I believe. God, my mouse is acting crazy. Let's see, yesterday, yeah, chief. Silly, man. Congrats if anybody jumped on those trades too. Look at this one, man. Adam, banger. Let's go. So anyways, come check that stuff out, man. He's doing good things in the Discord. We appreciate you. Come on. Make a move. All right, Delta, still nothing crazy. 94.5 is still that spot where you got the biggest order in terms of everything that's local to the price action right now. I mean, look at this, man. There's just nothing in the bid side. Not much going on there. All right. I'm going to put on a song just because I'm not talking as much right now. I'm going to pump up the jams a little bit. Let me know if it gets too crazy for you. Let's play. We'll just start it. Just let me know if this gets too crazy.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them.
All right, getting a little pullback there on the 3 minute.
In the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted, and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood, and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold.
Music is fine and I am old. You're usually the one that doesn't like the music. Alright, market might be waiting for Asia to come and scam pump up to wipe short positions before coming down. Asia may create the move up before coming down. Yeah, I mean, you definitely, it's like New York Open, right? With Asia, you do see some moves here. When is, let me see when that's coming in, because I got the market here. Oh, so we're closed on New York, huh? Let me zoom out real quick. Why is my market sessions thing kind of weird? There we go. There we go. That's better. That's more better. Alright, so... Oh yeah, we're not... I don't think we're closed yet. I think we are. Nasdaq is still up. Okay, yeah, we're close. Word. And then Asia starts here. Or is that New York? Okay, so 1800. So we got another 4 hours and 45 minutes. But yeah, what I was getting at there was, I mean, you definitely see aggressiveness in the moves, usually with the open. Like, look at this right here. US Open, big move up. US Open, big move up. Asia, big move up. So, yeah, push up and then push down. I mean, that's kind of what you're seeing here. It just, this one was like, nope, hold my beer. And if you guys are into the orb, go back down to the 3 minute. This thing played out nice this morning. Check this out. I know this is a thing that Alex O uses quite a bit. Alright, first 15-minute opens basically creates a low and a high for you. 15-minute orb there. Dude, beautiful retest. Beautiful retest of the orb and then just took off. Never looked back. So, I mean, you're just looking at the orb, looking at the retest, looking at that buying pressure coming in. You take that, stop loss below the wicks, and ride it. Yeah. And then it's just a matter of figuring out your exit. Which in this case wasn't something I took, so I don't have the exits like pre-caged for you right now. Be like, oh, here's a good place. Benefit of hindsight, looking at it right now. All right, cool. Seeing a little bit more pullback here, at least on Coinbase. Okay. Starting to round off a little bit on the CBD. Order still in the book, 945.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing.
Yeah, I mean that's another four hours and change away though with Japan. So I would like to have made a decision by then. I gotta be honest. 4 hours of staring at the computer is not my idea of a good time. Not my idea of a good time.
Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know.
Look at the stream numbers. Give me 1 second. 27 concurrent, not bad. Not bad. Starting to fade a little bit. Yeah, well, we're slowing down and we're just kind of staring at the charts, you know, that kind of happens. All right, let's go back to it. Here we go. See, trading is waiting, but a lot of people aren't willing to wait. Lost about 10 concurrent once we slow down here. So now we know who's serious. Who the real ones are. All right, here we go. We're getting that push up. Let's go. Or is it the music? All right, for those that like to rock out. Mark Dutch's ears, he's probably just absolutely hating this. Sorry, I found a moment. The price is pushing up. I thought we had to get a little more intense with it. Man, I'll bring it back down for you, Mark. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I was getting excited. We're so close. I think we hit 94.5 on Coinbase. 94.5 almost to a T. Actually, it is like literally 94.5. Looking at the deltas. Deltas are about normal. Dom is starting around a little bit, but we didn't fill. Yeah. Come on. All right, finally a little bit of aggressiveness in the moves. That's probably one of the biggest wicks we've seen since the show started.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop.
Coinbase had a much bigger reaction. Is this it?
Sometimes I feel like all all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know.
See, if we would have came up to 94.5 and I would have saw this reaction, I would have really thought about it. All right, Dom is starting to, we got our first 2 candles that have kind of flipped a little bit on us for Dom. I mean, not Dom, CVD. Correction, CVD. All right, push him back up again. Come on. Go give it a little tappy tap. A little tap tap tabaroo. Anybody know that? Happy Gilmore reference?
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Come on. Now, this will be interesting too. Let's see if we start to get divergence on CBD. If price action works its way up and actually gets filled at, or not price action, but if we get these fills at 94.5 and then CBD continues to work its way down, that could be a nice little indication as well. Damn, I'm gonna have to bounce soon, fam. I'm like in the midst of this. My little guy has he's got flag football this evening.
A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no. I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin.
Hart, what up, bro? Good to see you, man. V Monitor, how you doing, man? Good to see you in the chat. The super mod himself. Yeah, DDT, I know I'm past my time, man. It's just we're right there. We're right there. It's super tough. Like, so there's an order on the books at about 94.5 that's been consistent. It hasn't really moved. You've seen them take a little bit off, but I would say it's held strong over 400. Not that it's a huge order, but it's just like that one last little piece of the pie. Now, what I have seen though, and what I'm hoping to see a continuation of, is if this price continues to work its way up, this order gets filled, and we see CBD start to work its way down, which it's, you know, you're getting your first little signs of it, right? 2 little bearish candles there. If we get that third bearish candle and you see a little bit more of a divergence here, that would make me feel a little bit better with taking this, honestly. But you're starting to go horizontal, you're starting to consolidate on the 5-minute for price action here, building a little bit of a range. CBD working its way down a little bit now. Oh, this is tough. It's tough. Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good. I am. You know? It's never a bad day when I can sit here and talk in front of a computer and do some trading. Can't be mad at that. Go get to watch my little guy play some football today. Daughter's got gymnastics. We got a full day of sports for the kiddos, man. While I sit here and try to make magic internet money. Could be worse. I appreciate you, all set. I appreciate you. Honestly, you're one of the old faithfuls. Much love. Alright, here we go. Pushing up a little bit again. So this is, gosh, man, I just want to see this stuff get filled. It ain't much, but it's a little something. And you can see that here. You come over to the Dom, right? And you see where it's kind of the pink and the purples, right? These are all orders. These are asks, right? So sell side pressure over top of price action right now. right, so we got our third consecutive bearish, we'll call it candle for CVD. Like I said, ideal scenario for me right now is come up, fill these orders, see a continuation of CVD. That's the ideal. Scar, Jessica, what up? Hello, hello. How are you? So just to get you you guys spun up, the ones that kind of got here late, what we're looking at right now is a potential short setup. Let's go out to the 4 hour real quick and just kind of rehash while we're looking at it. We're coming up to a big zone of liquidity, lots of liquidity sitting up here. It's right in the middle of it, right? So it's cleared out the hottest spot, which is at 94K. We've already cleared that, and then we have a little bit more liquidity remaining up to the top side. Just come back up on the chart, see why that's there. But you can also go to the heat map, check that out, see, hey, there's still a little bit of liquidity up there on the heat map as well. So what we're looking for right now, and this is one of those things, this is why you don't just kind of blindly set limit orders, is what we would like to see is reaction out of the zone, preferably come back down, establish below the, I believe it was the previous month pivot, which was at 94K. And then we can look for continuation down to the weekly pivot, which is at about 90, we'll call it 91.7, 91, yeah, about 91.7, okay? And just looking at this ascending level of support. All right, so we've been following this, you know, here since, I believe, December. Okay, so December 18th to be a little more specific. So we've been kind of riding this trend up. So if we're taking a short and we're looking at protecting ourselves with a stop loss, obviously we're above the wicks here, but we're going to see where we go. All right, this is just a going in rate to know that we can get a 2-to-1. Where do we go? Where's the actual pivot? And then that's where you'll put your actual stop loss at. But you want to protect yourself. And so if you're looking at TPing out of this trade, taking a short, you don't want to fight the trend. You don't want to fight the ascending level of support that's working its way up. It just so happens to kind of, coincide with the weekly pivot as well. So it looks like a decent setup right now. That's kind of what I'm looking at. This is one of those, that I'll probably be relatively aggressive getting my stop loss and entry. Once we break, I would say around, I don't know, probably around 92.6 or so. Once we break that area, stop loss is going to go to entry. We'll lock that puppy in, and then we'll play on house money is what I'll be looking for there. Let's go back to the order book real quick. A little bit. There we go. Fourth candle here. We'll see what that closes in 2 minutes. So CVD finally starting to show a little bit of weakness there. It's just been, it's been crazy up. OI is starting to flatten out. Right, so we're seeing a little absorption. Or are people just starting to close long positions? All right, Delta's getting, it's still nothing crazy. It's red, but it's not crazy right now. All right, Alexandra, have a good one. Much love to you. Have a safe drive. She's the best. For reals, for reals. Veritech Bill, what up, man? Good to see you. All right. Starting to push down a little bit. CVD still driving down. Open interest leveling out.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till it hits.
Price going horizontal, CVD. Oh, man. I would like to see CVD drive down a little bit more conviction there. We haven't truly set a lower low. So the thing that scares me, why you're probably like, well, why don't you just do a limit order instead of sitting here watching it? The issue right now is where the liquidity is. All right, you still have liquidity above you, right? So that that gives me a little pause, right? And that goes all the way up to 95.5 on the weekly. Let's see where it's at on the 3-day. I think one of them went up to 96 or close to 96. So 95.5 again, and then you can see a little bit there. So let's say we were to set a limit at 96. Well, that changes things quite a bit. One, that's all the way up there, and now you're trading a 1-to-1, and that's the juice is not worth the squeeze for me to trade a 1-to-1. Not to just put a limit order out there, because that would be a pretty big loss. You know, if I'm doing see 3000 10x, so you're looking at a 30k position. You know, that's we're looking at probably like, what was it, $700 loss if I were to just let this go. So that's why I don't set a limit order and just be like, oh, you know, whatever happens happens. Like, if I'm going to set that limit order, then I need to be pretty confident that I'm still looking at the 2-to-1, right? Because what I'd be risking is substantially less. But I'm not confident in that right now, because I know we have more liquidity that's still above us. Now, if we were at 96, let's say price had pushed up to, you know, 95.9. Whole different discussion that we're having, because I'm not worried about liquidity being above me. And so that fear, I'm not saying it's unwarranted or whatever, but it's not going to be something that scares me out as much. But then I would have to have confluence at that zone at about 96 as well, which I really don't have, to be honest with you. There's not a lot of volume up there, you can see. And then you just have this one little somewhat of a range. You had a descending level of resistance there. You have a little bit of a range there, but there's just not enough in that area for me to really hang my hat on taking a play. We'll look at the daily, just the moving averages there. Okay, so I mean, if you incorporate the zoomed out here, and that goes back to December 96. You got the quarterly pivot up at closer to 98. What else you have? That's at 97 too, so that's still above 96. All right, I think music ran out. Let me go back. We're tapped out, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I probably need to turn that down for you guys too. Sorry about that. Might be. I had that cranking for a minute there. We'll put it on 20. $96K is possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. And then we're having a different discussion, but the problem is there's not, like, right now we have like an area of, like, I would say a lot of confluence, right? There's quite a few things that line up in this area around 94K, which is why I'm looking at it. You got previous month pivot, you know where liquidity is, your swing high. So there's a lot that's up here. There's more volume here. Like, if you're just looking at this piece of the pie, there's a little more volume up here, and then it kind of goes away, right? Like, you see, like, that goes away. You have to really zoom out and then start incorporating some of this this other price action out here to the left. So, all right, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna have to watch this one, continue to watch it on my phone. But you guys know what I'm looking for, right? I think we've been able to articulate that today. You know, some of the things that we like to see. I'd like to see that 94.5 get filled. And then you want to see the continuation of that CVD start to work its way down. But yeah, as of right now, the short is still in play. It's what I'm looking for. It's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Gosh, man. I'm debating on just taking it. We say 95. So you're risking, what was it, 2 something? $254. To make about 700. And you're protected by that sell order. All right. Ah, man, this one's tough. So interesting enough, the 94.5, the sum is over 1,000 now. And it's got a positive delta. Pump to tag out old shorts at 96. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about, man. I'm kind of worried about that right now, to be honest. I'm going to hold off. Could be the wrong move, but I just don't like having the liquidity above me. And that ruins a piece of my entry criteria. And when you're this close, and my stop that I'm looking at would be at 95, knowing we have liquidity above that, I can't. It's not one of those things I can just set it, forget it, and just walk away and feel comfortable. And that ain't the name of the game for me. So I'm gonna hold off for now. I might let you guys know in the Discord if I do open a trade. I will let you know in the Discord. It's harder for me to monitor Market Monkey Terminal when I'm on my phone, but I'll keep checking it every once in a while. But I appreciate you guys for being in here. Much love to you guys. Hope everyone has a great day. With that being said, as always, like and subscribe. Trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.